Hello, my dark darlings. I hope you're enjoying your latest voyage into the dark. But if you're caught up and thinking, now what? It would be a great time to do what I love to do, and that's to unwind by rocking a few challenging puzzle levels with Best Fiends. Best Fiends is the infamously impossible to put down puzzle game with over 100 million downloads and counting. A free-to-download mobile game with over 5,000 challenges, with more added all the time. Once you download Best Fiends, boredom won't stand a chance. Download Best Fiends free today on the Apple App Store or Google Play. That's friends without the R. Best Fiends.
Hey, I'm Markeia. Want to hear something scary?
Roadkiller. Appearances can be deceiving. They say good things come in small packages, but they never tell you that bad things can come in good packages too. What appears to be sweet and innocent is sometimes much, much worse. Like in this story, inspired by our listener, Michael Paige. Every Christmas, Ani and Catherine would drive up to meet their family at the cabin they shared in the Alaskan woods. Ani loved staying there, but she hated the drive because of her sister. Catherine was the oldest and very bossy, especially on trips. The weather was on the verge of a snowstorm and visibility wasn't great, but Ani was trying to make good time and hoping she could beat the storm. Catherine was doing her best backseat driving, telling her sister to slow down or to even pull over so she could drive. Soon, they were arguing, just like they did on this trip every year. As things got heated, Ani took her eyes off the road to yell at Catherine, who suddenly gasped, "Look out!" Up ahead, standing in the center of the road, staring straight into their headlights, was a white reindeer. Had the light not been reflecting in his eyes, Ani wouldn't have seen it at all. There was barely enough time for her to slam on the brakes and swerve. The sisters screamed as the car spun out of control and smashed hard into a bank of snow along the edge of the road. They looked back and saw that they narrowly missed the majestic reindeer that now turned and looked at them. It jerked erratically as it moved, and its eyes still glowed a bright orange, even in the dark. Everything seemed to quiet as the snow gently fell around them. Neither sister dared take a breath, and then suddenly, the creature snorted and stomped his hooves on the road as it let out a guttural roar, and then lowered his antlers and charged straight for the car. Ani moved towards Catherine as the reindeer crashed into the driver's side, which pushed the car deeper into the snow. The sisters held on tightly to each other as the deer backed up and charged again. There was a loud crack as its massive antlers smashed into the side, causing a spiderweb of cracks along the windows. They braced for another impact, but it never came. Ani and Catherine looked for the reindeer, but it was still snowing hard. It could have been a few feet or a few miles away, and they would not have been able to tell. Catherine calmed down enough to take charge and told Ani to get them out of there. The old resentment started to creep in, but Ani realized that her sister was right and started the car. She shifted it into drive, but the car wouldn't move. The animal had pushed them too deep into the snow. They both reached for their phones at the same time and tried to call their dad. Ani gave her sister a sarcastic smirk when she got through first. He knew where they were located and said they would be there within the hour. No other vehicles passed as they sat there, waiting. After a long, awkward silence, Ani decided she'd try to make peace with her sister. But when she turned to her, there was terror on Catherine's face. She was trying to speak, but nothing was coming out. She pointed behind Ani, who slowly turned and looked through the cracked windows. The reindeer had returned, only this time, something was very wrong with it. The beast now stood on its hind legs and walked erratically towards them. They watched as the reindeer's face shifted and looked more like a crazed man. The hooves on his front legs gave way to clawed hands as it lurched closer. It dug into their door frame and began to pull on it. They both huddled together in terrified silence as metal began to creak. It was going to rip that door off, and there was nothing they could do. Ani tried opening her sister's door, but it was stuck against the snow. They were trapped, and her escape attempt seemed to make the creature angrier. Its long white neck flexed as it let loose noises that sounded like female voices. The voices sounded both entreating and mocking as they came forth from this transformed, unearthly creature. Catherine cringed, hugging her sister tight, pulling her to the window furthest from the beast. "Climb out the window and run as soon as it rips off the door, Ani. I'll keep it busy long enough for you to get away," Catherine urged. But Ani wasn't going to let Catherine boss her around this time. "No, we'll fight it together, Catherine. We're in this together." Ani raised her fist, shouting through the window at the Skinwalker. "We're not afraid of you." Suddenly, light filled the car as they could see another vehicle quickly approaching. The creature looked as well and snarled. It glanced one more time at the both of them, pinning them with its glowing eyes, and then ran for the woods, transforming back into a reindeer as it disappeared into the night. The girls were relieved as the truck stopped and their parents got out wielding snow shovels. As the sisters pulled back onto the road, they were followed closely behind by their parents. Their dad noted in a text that their back license plate was missing, the one thing that could identify them in their car if someone had the means to find it. The sisters shivered, aware that they could never be certain that it wouldn't one day find them and try to finish what it had started. Hello, my dark darlings. I hope you're enjoying your latest voyage into the dark. Some other episodes I could recommend for you are the ones involving the legendary Japanese snow witch Yuki Onna, or the Croatian holiday entity Krampus in Krampusnacht. We do release video and podcast episodes weekly, but if you're caught up and thinking, now what? It would be a great time to do what I love to do between Something Scary recording sessions. And that's to unwind by rocking a few challenging puzzle levels with Best Fiends. Best Fiends is the infamously impossible to put down puzzle game with over 100 million downloads and counting. A free-to-download mobile game with over 5,000 challenges, with more added all the time. Once you download Best Fiends, boredom won't stand a chance. Download Best Fiends free today on the Apple App Store or Google Play. That's friends without the R. Best Fiends. Want more Something Scary? You can hear more stories over on the Something Scary podcast, available for free on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to your favorite shows. The links are in the description below. Thank you to all of our patrons. While we do run a limited amount of ads, the show would not be possible without your support. If you'd like to submit a story, send me an email at somethingscary@snarled.com. Like and share this video if it gave you the chills. And don't forget to subscribe to Snarled and turn on the bell for notifications. And if you dare, follow me on social media. Until next time, my dark darlings, happy holidays.